Hello, welcome back to the channel. This week I've been working on a prototype for my horror game. For anyone who didn't catch my last video, it will be a retail simulation horror game, and to get things started I wanted to focus on the retail side of things first. So, as you can see, I'm keeping it very basic for now. To start things off, I built a temporary shop using simple 3D shapes. I don't really have a shop layout in mind just yet, I just wanted a space to test out some customer AI movement, which we will have a look at later on. I'm currently reusing the first-person controller that I used in my last project to have a means of navigating my shop, but I think that the player will stay behind the counter and won't be able to navigate the shop floor, as there isn't really any need to, so I'll be replacing this with my own FPS controller later on down the line. I made a quick mock-up of the POS system that will be a pivotal part of the game. The POS is accessed by clicking the I key near the computer, which is represented by this square, which will then re-enable your cursor and reveal several different tabs. This includes email. I like the idea of your boss not physically running the store, reflecting on the aloof personality that he has and caring only about profits. This would also give me good opportunity to build on the story without having to use cutscenes. The reports tab will also be a means of hinting on the store's ominous history, with the previous employees' foreboding reports about strange happenings in the storeroom. And the management tab I'm thinking could also serve this purpose, as well as be a way to see your employee stats and hourly rate. But the most important tab will be the sales stats, which will allow you to keep track of profits, account balance, customers served, and things like that. Now, you may have noticed these little squares dotted around the store. These are currently being used as waypoints for the customers, which brings us to the trickier task of creating the customer AI movement. I wanted to keep it fairly simple, but also smooth and somewhat natural looking. So the way it currently works is I have two initial waypoints: the start waypoint, where the customer will enter the doorway after being spawned, then the entrance waypoint, where the customer first walks into the store. From there, the customer will choose between several waypoints on the shop floor and move between them before finally heading to one of the counterpoints where the player can interact with them. To do this, I have a customer movement script attached to the customer, and a centralized waypoints manager script which is located in the scene. As you can see, this currently has no references, as I add these in the script by cycling through the children of the waypoints container. This way, if I decide to add any more waypoints or remove them, I won't have to mess around assigning things in the inspector each time. To handle customer movement, I decided to use asynchronous programming because it allows me to introduce random delays between each destination smoothly. This approach helps simulate natural customer behavior, like pausing before moving to the next point of interest. After arriving to the first two waypoints, outside then inside the shop, the customer experiences a short random delay. They then cycle through a set of browsing waypoints 3 times before heading to a counter waypoint. All of these waypoints are managed by the centralized waypoint manager. The trickiest part of making this script was ensuring that multiple customers don't select the same waypoint as their destination at the same time. To address this, I implemented a second list in the waypoint manager to keep track of occupied waypoints. When a customer selects a waypoint, the assign waypoint method moves the waypoint from the available list to the occupied list. Once the customer reaches their destination, the release waypoint method is called, returning the waypoint to the available list. This ensures the system remains efficient and prevents customers from colliding over shared waypoints. And I have said the word waypoints that many times that it's lost all meaning. Here's an example of several customers using the waypoint system. As there are only 4 counter waypoints, I ensured that if more than 4 customers are present, any additional customers would remain idle near their browsing waypoint until a counter waypoint becomes available. The next thing that I need to do is ensure that the idle customer continues browsing whilst waiting for a position at the counter to become available, which I will be working on over the next week. And that's all I have for this week. I feel that I've made quite a bit of progress this week, but there's still tons of things to do, so keep an eye out for the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.